Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday again. And to begin with our weather report, it's raining. It's pouring. Nobody is snoring in this house, but it is raining and pouring, and there's like a little river and a pond forming in my lawn. So I have a feeling I'm not the only one that is experiencing this deluge. I feel like that's an appropriate word for today. But it is April, and so we can expect rain. That's April showers bring May flowers, right? And May is on Saturday, which is nutso because time is just weird. So today I want to talk to you and remind you about communion. Good morning, Michelle. So in the United Methodist Church, we traditionally celebrate communion on the first Sunday of the month. There's reasons for this, tradition, whatever. But good morning, Linda. And good morning, other Linda. So many Lindas. So we have communion on the first Sunday of the month. That is this Sunday, May 2nd. And I want to remind you of that because since we've been celebrating communion during COVID, I've had to get the communion elements, and there's been a Sunday, maybe even two, when we have had to run over to Heinen's and grab bread because I am used to having the communion stewards get all of the communion ready. And then I get to church and I realize, oh, there are no communion stewards. The pastor has to do that. And so then the pastor's husband runs over to Heinen's and grabs some bread. And I have the little things of juice, of Welch's grape juice, so we use that. But so I want to remind you to grab your communion elements for this Sunday. We will have communion. We'll celebrate on communion online, and during the 9 o'clock service, and then during the 11 o'clock, we will have an outdoor worship service on the lawn with communion, and we have some songs, and I think it's going to be a really nice service. So I'm excited for that, and it's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be 77 on Saturday, or on Sunday, so fingers crossed that stays, and because as Corey said, the weather people aren't always right. She said that yesterday. I thought that was funny. But anyway, so that's on Sunday. And it kind of like the communion ties into what we were talking about last night with in our Ruth study. So we have our Bible study on Wednesday nights, and we're talking about Ruth, and we were talking about hospitality. And we were doing the second chapter of Ruth, and in the second chapter, Boaz invites Ruth to sit and eat with them at basically some like stale bread and vinegar wine. So really nice dinner. Sorry, I don't mean to be sarcastic, but at first it's kind of like, okay, he invited her to have a meal with him and with his servants and with everybody else. And that seems kind of normal. It's a nice gesture. It's acknowledging that she is cared for by him and kind of setting that precedent for the rest of the people there, acknowledging like she is to be cared for as one of us. But really, when we started talking about it more and more, when you sit and eat with someone, especially back then, who you sat and ate with was a really big deal. John in the Bible study last night pointed out, like, Jesus got in trouble for eating with the quote unquote wrong people. And so it was a big deal that Boaz invited Ruth to come and sit with him and to eat with him and to eat with his family and his clan. And I think about that with communion and the fact that in the United Methodist Church, we have this open table that everyone is invited to come And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That we believe that God's grace can work through communion no matter where somebody is on their faith journey, no matter what is going on in somebody's life, no matter what is going on in somebody's mind and heart, that God can work through communion in that person's life, and they can experience God's grace and God's love and connection through communion. And I just think that that's such a beautiful thing. That is the ultimate form of hospitality. And this Sunday, we are talking about the courage to be last. And when we talk about communion, making sure that there's a spot at the table for everyone, that we're pulling up chairs. We're making sure there are extra chairs to go around, and that whoever wants to join us at that king's table of the communion table, that they are welcome and that they feel that there is a place for them no matter who they are. And that's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I get so excited when I think about that. So I challenge you, one, get your communion elements ready for Sunday. So you can either bring your communion elements to the 11 o'clock service. We will also have those tiny little communion to go cups that have communion and a little wafer on it. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, John. So you can use one of our little communion cups if you want at the 11 o'clock service on the lawn, or you can bring your own communion elements. And then, so I want to challenge you to do that. And then also, oh my goodness gracious, people, I lost my train of thought. I also want you to challenge you to think about how you can be hospitable to someone. How you, in the next few days, in the next week, you can extend God's grace. You can extend the table to that person, whether it's really inviting someone to share a meal with you, or it's inviting someone to just have a conversation, or to just show them in some way, show them God's love. It's such a simple thing, but it's also yet very challenging to put ourselves out there and to take that step and to show God's grace and God's love to people. But I challenge you to do it because I know you can, and I know that the Spirit can work through you. So I'm excited to celebrate communion with you at the 9 o'clock service online and 11 on the lawn. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Enjoy the rain. Go dance in it. Why not? It'll be fun. I think maybe Corey and I will do that. I will not take a video of it though, because that would be too silly. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.